In this video, I'm going to take you around New Albany and show you what it has to offer, kind of show you around, let you know where some of the golf courses are, some of the neighborhoods, and some of the art things, city center, show you where the school campus is, just some things to help you get further acquainted with the New Albany area of Columbus. If this is your first time to the channel, please like, subscribe, tap the bell down below for notifications so you can be the first to know about the market here in Columbus, Ohio. My name is Billy Fristo, and I am a local real estate agent here in Columbus. And this is the Living in North Columbus YouTube channel. We get calls every day from people just like you looking to make a move to Columbus. If you're thinking about making a move to New Albany or anywhere in the Columbus area, please reach out, send me an email, shoot me a text, give me a call. I'd love to help you make a smooth transition here to Columbus. So without further ado, let's dive into this Google map and see what New Albany is all about. And as always, just call Billy. So here is New Albany. It's surrounded by the dotted lines. So it's on the northeast side of Columbus, and here you are, down to Columbus. So 62 right here will take you all the way down to 670 into Columbus. Or you could either take 270 all around or just take 670 down, into Columbus right there. At least 20-minute drive to downtown Columbus from New Albany, depending, on route, traffic, and all those things. Starting from the west, you have Blendon Woods Metro Park. Awesome outdoor space. I know they hold camps there in the summer. They do some things there. There's a ton of, hiking trails you can bike, play areas, picnic areas hold your picnics in there. I know my daughter goes to a camp there in the summer. She's been going to for probably 4 or 5 years now. She really likes it. So they do offer camps and just general recreation. So right here, the gardens is a cool spot. It's a event venue, receptions and whatnot is up here, weddings, that kind of thing. So down here, and then right here is the schools. The schools are all centrally located on this campus right here. Keeps everything easy. Right here is gonna be your city center, is all right in here. And you have schools are right here. It says New Albany High School, but there's a series of buildings right here. And these buildings all encompass the campus for New Albany. There's an early learning kindergarten building. There's a primary, which is 1st through 3rd grade. There's an intermediate, which is 4th to 6th grade. And then there's a middle school. And then there is New Albany High School. The campus is really good in that it has baseball, diamond, softball diamond, great football field right here, Veterans Field, track. So the campus is really upscale and really nice. So that would be a draw to New Albany. And then right here, you have Jeannie McCoy Community Center for the Arts. They're putting on plays there, celebrating the arts, celebrating acting, and all that fun stuff that you like to do. Go see a nice show. I know they do several shows throughout the year. And then right across the street is the amphitheater. As you can see from this picture right here is an orchestra concert. Pretty cool area, all right in the central area of New Albany. Brewdog across the street is a nice brewery here in Columbus. They have really good food as well. So another good spot to, hang out at. Over here is City Center. So right here, you're gonna get this roundabout, which is kind of in the middle of the city. And you're gonna have all kinds of shops right here. Shops, shopping, some high-end boutiques. You've got some banks, you've got, just the hustle and bustle of a, nice quaint downtown, small city feel, Georgian feel, which means, the houses are all kind of symmetrical in how they're built. There's white, fences lining a lot of the streets and the areas in New Albany. It adds a a great character. It's really nice, nice area to just drive around and check out and live for that matter. So again, another Fox in the Snow Cafe, nice little spot for coffee, a little breakfast. And then you're looking, a couple miles south, New Albany Country Club. This is a great area. The houses down in the country club, area down by New Albany Country Club are, your higher end, multi-million-dollar properties. They have different names for, all the little areas in New Albany, all the little neighborhoods. But here's another, thing, if your kids are into the arts or, dancing, or here's the New Albany Ballet Company. Here's another fun thing. It's a little bit of a drive from New Albany, and I would say, 10 minutes, 12 minutes maybe. Lynn Fruit Farm. Super fun, pumpkins. They have apple orchards there. I know we take our kids apple picking every year in the fall. It's a fun time. Their shop is great. They have some food carts there, a little fun. You can go in and get cider. Kids like to get cider slushies. We get our pumpkins there. So it's a good spot just outside of New Albany. When it comes to job opportunities in New Albany, they are building the Intel plant. Intel is putting $20 billion investment into Columbus and building this plant. Things are on hold right now. Hopefully they finish that, but that's going to be a huge, economic boom to the Columbus area if they finish that plant. Also, right here, Amazon Fulfillment Center, another huge employer opportunity out in New Albany as well. And all through this corridor here is International Business Park. All through this corridor right here, they are building businesses, warehouses, office buildings. So the growth out in New Albany is pretty substantial, when it comes to commercial building segment there. New Albany is not landlocked like some of the other cities that I've done videos on, like Worthington and Upper Arlington. There's a ton of room for growth, outward and upward. That's what we're doing right now here in New Albany. The housing market is good, property values hold. You're in a good spot because you're close to everything. Like I said, I've done videos on Westerville, which is right here. Right here is Easton, which is an outdoor shopping mall. You're close to shopping. There are some high-end boutiques and whatnot in New Albany, but if you want to go shopping at the mall, Easton is a good one. Also up here, you're close to Polaris, which is another large mall in North Columbus. If you're looking to come down here, New Albany is right here. And then right down here is the airport. So the airport's right here. So it's not very far for a commute to the airport. Probably, 10, 15 minutes, if that, again, depending on traffic. Because I will tell you that traffic, rush hour morning, right here in this little 161, 270 split right here, gets a little crazy, as does this section of 270 right here between, Gahanna, the airport, and 161 here, which is kind of, right by New Albany and Westerville. So it gets a little bit congested right here, but there is a lot of construction going on. So you never know when, you're going to run into, something. And there is construction down here as well. That is what we have for New Albany. And again, it's right here. If you have any, comments or something I missed you'd like to see me do a video on or anything, comments below and let me know. But again, if you're thinking of moving to New Albany, you can also check out my pros and cons on New Albany video. And if you're looking anywhere in Columbus and you want to know about the market here, like and subscribe, tap the bell for notifications. I will be, doing some other videos as well about, the top 10 things to do with kids in Columbus, fun stuff like that, just to give you an idea of the market here in Columbus. And please reach out, call me, shoot me a text, email. Love to have to make a smooth transition. And as always, just call Billy.